When most people think about AI, they think that it's going to be something out of a Terminator movie, where AI comes in, starts taking over the world, realizes it doesn't need humans anymore, then it kills off all humans, it owns the world, and it runs the whole world. And whereas that might be the fun scenario, because Terminator certainly used to be one of my favorite movies growing up, I don't think that's a realistic scenario. I think that in reality, what AI is going to do, not only will it not start killing us, at least not right away, I don't think it's going to replace us either. I think that as a home improvement business owner, you can actually use AI to 10x your business in record time. And in this video, I'm going to go over exactly how you can do that. What AI has in common with a lot of the revolutions that we've seen in the past, such as the Industrial Revolution, the Internet Revolution, even the invention of the fire, I would say, is that as a group, as a business, it gives you leverage. What I mean by leverage is that out of the same input, you'll be able to get 10x more output. So for example, if you have cheaper customers, not cheaper that don't spend money with you, but you pay less money to acquire those customers on advertising, on your sales team, or for example, you have leaner operations. So your operations cost less, so you have more profit. When you have better decision making, all these things compound, and then you as a business, you'll grow a lot faster than your competition who doesn't use AI or uses ChatGPT every now and again. And I think that in around 2030, those type of people, I don't think they'll even be in business anymore. Now, when I say 10x, I don't mean that you're going to be working 10x harder, you're going to be investing 10 times money in your business, you're going to be hiring 10 times the people that you're hiring right now, working 10 times longer, none of these things. What I mean by 10x is you're going to get 10x the output out of the same input that you're putting in right now, or just a little bit more input, but you'll be able to get 10x output. So what I mean by that is more profit, more revenue, better company valuation, all these good things. So 10x means that you're going to be working smart and working with leverage, and that's exactly what AI allows you to do. Now, before we get into the video, guys, this is the Home Improvement AI Growth Blueprint, and in this video, I'm going to go into a broad use of exactly how you can use AI. But in this blueprint, I detailed the rigorous step by step, do this, A, B, C, on exactly the action steps you can do today to start gaining a competitive advantage and have a more profitable business. So if you want to check it out, it's entirely free. I've made it free. You can check out the link in the description. Now, AI multiplies 5 key areas and puts them on steroids. These are the 5 key areas that each home improvement business runs on. First one is demand. How many people know about your business and how many people come into your pipeline and need your services? Interested homeowners, qualified homeowners. The reason why this is very important, because if you don't have demand, you don't have a business. Next is conversion, which is how many of these people actually turn into paid jobs, into installed jobs. Then we have execution. After you sign on a dotted line, you have execution. You actually have to install the jobs and do the operations. Then you have intelligence, which is pretty much all the data and all the information from your business, seeing how well your business is doing and adapting to that, making good decisions. Then we have expansion, which is growing, scaling the business to the moon, taking over. Now, the first one is demand, and demand comes first in pretty much every business. And the reason why it comes first, because as I said, without demand, you don't have a business. How AI really changes demand is because it helps you, first of all, attract the right homeowners. If you're old school like me, I'm sure you've seen how you can pretty much just target people back in the day. You would be able to use billboards, you'd be able to use radio, you'd be able to use, newspaper ads, and you could only target them by a broad interest. For example, if you were targeting men, you could go to a male's journal, you can go to a male's magazine, a male newspaper, you can put your product in there. But you don't know who it is, you don't know who it is you're targeting, you don't know their interests, you don't know their situation. Whereas now the algorithm got so good is that your phone knows everything about you. So when those homeowners, when their roof breaks, for example, if you're a roofer, when they need a new kitchen remodel, if you're remodeling, if their bills go up a lot and you're selling solar, the algorithm targets them specifically and it shows them your ad exactly at the right time. So you get exactly the right people you're looking for. And if you get the right ads and if you have the right offer and if you have a good sales tactic, which we'll get into really soon, you'll be able to convert those into paying jobs. Then we have removing luck from lead generation. This also stems from the digitalization and the AI algorithm that we have right now, is that it'll show you everything. It'll show you each ad that you have and exactly how much you're paying in order to acquire a customer from each ad. So you'll be able to know, okay, I'm making an average of $3,000 per job, for example, and I'm paying $100 a job in order to acquire a customer. Then it'll be pretty much like math when you want to scale into another state, into another region, when you want to scale up or down your ad spend, because you'll be able to know, okay, this is how much it costs to acquire a customer, this is how much profit I make, and it'll turn into a predictable demand engine. Whereas with things like traditional advertising or cold calling, which is actually illegal in most areas right now, or even, I don't know, there is so many ways to advertise, but this removes the luck, removes the guesswork, and makes it a predictable engine. Next, what we have is conversion. So how many of these leads, this demand, actually converts into paying customers? And the first point is qualifying before you sell. For example, let me give you an example in the solar industry. So if you have two people, one of them really cares about the environment, the other one just wants to save money with solar panels. You won't talk to them the same, because if you start talking about the environment and the seals and the climate change to the person who just wants to save money because energy prices are so high, you're going to close a lot less of those. Whereas if you start talking to the opposite person, then you're going to be closing a lot less of them as well. And the thing is, if you know before you even call the customer, before you even do a sales call with the customer or a sales meeting, if you know exactly which ad they saw, if you know exactly which type of buyer they are, if you know their situation, that will give you a lot of ammunition in order to go into the sales call, and you'll be able to know exactly what to offer this person, and your chance of turning them into a paying customer will skyrocket, by 10x, as we said, as this video is titled. Then we have standardizing the sales process. So what AI lets you do is, if you record all the conversations you had earlier, all the sales calls you had earlier, it sees where people drop off, where the salesperson loses them, and where you can make the most improvements. And it puts it all into one master script, which takes care and pretty much pre-handles all these objections. So you have a beast sales script that is pretty much the standard. So every time someone comes new into your team, you'll be able to teach them this, and they'll be as good as the best guy in no time. Next, I think this is the easiest one you can do right now, is installing a follow-up machine. Your sales guys, they don't really want to be chasing after customers, sending 100 emails, talking to people who might have bought 2 weeks ago, but they didn't make up their mind, because you can automate all of this. If you use this avatar that you made before the call and you put the sales recording into the follow-up process and you let AI pretty much think about that and put it through, every single follow-up, every single message, email, every single even voicemail drop, AI can call people nowadays. Everything will be based on that person's needs, pains, desires, and this will allow you, first of all, you to have a way leaner team. Your salespeople will only be doing what they're good at, which is selling, and the repetitive follow-up will just be done by AI, and it'll be a lot easier and cheaper for you. Next, we have execution. So execution is what actually happens after they sign on the dotted line and you have a client. Now you need to deliver the service. Firstly, it's systemizing the service delivery. This is also very important when you're trying to scale your business, grow your business, and you're trying to hire new people, because if they don't know, if they're new and you have to train them and you have to do it bit by bit, and everything that is in the systems is kept in the head of your employees, then growing and actually managing things will be a lot harder, and you as the owner will also always feel like the bottleneck, because they'll constantly be asking you questions when you want to be working on the business instead of in the business. So systemizing service delivery, what AI lets you do is you can pretty much record how you do each job, and you can document it exactly, and it will allow you to organize it in one very simple and very meticulous PDF, where it explains exactly how the jobs must be done, so there's no stone left unturned and there's no question that pretty much they haven't answered. And next, this also is one of the highest levels you can pull right now with AI, stripping out repetitive admin. How many people have teams of people, dozens of people, even hundreds of people, who all they do is they send out invoices, they check in with customers, you have customer support, which usually is the same, 10, 15 questions. I'm not saying don't buy a whole customer support team because of AI, but customer support is only really needed where AI can't give good advice. For example, where someone is actually in a dangerous situation and AI can't answer to that because your company would be liable for that answer. But most people just ask the same 10, 15 questions, and you have the same admin taking care of that. Invoicing, as I said, if you have repetitive busy work, all these things, they all can be automated by AI. And what would take you 12, 15 people before can be done now with 2 to 3 people. So what does that do to your profitability? Skyrockets, so you have a way better business and you're making a lot more money. Next, we have intelligence. So what I mean by intelligence is just seeing the business and watching it from a bird's eye view. Now the first point is seeing the business clearly. What AI allows you to do is organize everything that's going on right now in all 5 areas of your business as we went in there, and it will allow you to pretty much see exactly what is happening so you can know how your decisions impact the business. So for example, if you want to make a change to your sales process, you'll be able to see exactly how that change to the sales process impacted the conversion rate. Did it go down? Did it go up? And you'll be able to know whether it was a good decision. And you'll be able to tell straight away because it's all going to be in front of you, and you'll be able to have the 10, 15 most important numbers that'll tell you the health of your business, while also being able to read exactly how your business is doing based on every single area of it. And this will also allow you to detect a problem quickly. If you have a big competitor come into your market, if you have a big market change, if you have a big world event that changed the world, you'll be able to see exactly what's happening in your business and where it's affecting your business, and make a decision based on that fast, because before it shows up in your bank account, it's going to show up on the dashboards and the reviews that your AI does every day or every week or every month of your business health and performance. Lastly, we have making better and faster decisions. Speed is very important in business, but also the accuracy and all the information and context that you have to make a decision. If you just guessing, or if you, for example, assuming things, it's not as good as having a full picture, full context from every single area of business and every single one of your employees in order to make that decision. And AI just supercharges intelligence. As I said, it doesn't replace you, but it lets you have a way clearer picture of everything that's going on in your business. Lastly, we have expansion. This is about scaling, this is about growth, this is about all the good stuff, which is exactly what this video is about. Now, expansion is just about scaling without chaos, because usually when business owners try to scale, when they try to grow, what happens is things end up breaking. People don't know what their job is, people don't know what to do next, and especially if you hire new people, they're going to be the guys who are mainly doing all the work now, the sales guys who are selling, the people who are doing the work of, installing systems, installing a solar system, for example, or roofs. They're going to be training these guys. But if you have replicable systems that are very augmented by AI, because you'll be able to take all the information from all your previous jobs, the best ones, the worst ones, and put it into a replicatable standard operating procedure that you can train all your new guys on, then it will just make it very, very easy for you guys to grow without chaos and stuff not breaking. And if you also strip out the admin work, which is not the actual installation work, but the admin such as invoicing, customer service, customer relations, team management, all these type of things, they'll just be very automated, so there won't be any human error that usually rapid growth and expansion causes. And lastly, keeping your edge, evolution. This is the most important thing. The reason why we're talking to you about AI right now is because you decided that I'm going to watch a video on AI. I'm a smart business owner. I'm going to keep my edge, and I'm not going to let people who actually want to use AI go like this, where I'm going like this, as I saw in the first chat. And this is very important, that you don't just do this today. You don't just do this in the AI era. Hopefully you didn't just do it in the internet era and you're going to take advantage of the AI. You're going to be doing this every single month, every single year. You're going to see what new technology is happening. What can I do in order to make my business better? And if you keep this mindset, you'll be one of the best in your market, if not the best. Now, we went across all the 5 points, and you clearly saw how AI puts all 5 of those on steroids. You're going to be generating more leads, you're going to turn more of them into jobs, you're going to deliver your service a lot better, you're going to make database decisions, and you're going to grow your business. And AI puts all 5 of these on steroids. So now you can see how if you implement all of these and you let this compound into a big line like we saw before, this will pretty much compound into you 10x in your business and being one of the best in your market. Now, although this presentation was very valuable and I did go into pretty good detail on how exactly you can implement this AI into your business, I've made this AI growth blueprint, as I said before, specifically for home improvement, which is the industry that I've been in over the last few years. And in this blueprint, I go exactly into the step-by-step, meticulous, very, very to the point on exactly the action steps that you can take today in order to implement AI into your business. The easiest ones, the ones that will bring you the most profit back, the most return back, and just pretty much telling you exactly what you can do, how you can do it, and you can decide based on this on how you want to implement AI. But this is a free resource that I've made, and if you want to grab it, you can click the link below. So yeah, thank you guys. My name is Val, and I'll see you in the next one.